Hi everyone, it's Riley. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to give you new Zebra English teachers some tips about how to control your schedule. So in this video, I specifically want to talk about why you should not open your schedule far in advance. So first of all, if you are new to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you would take a second to subscribe so that you can stay up to date for all of my tips to succeed as an online ESL teacher. I'm uploading new videos twice every single week, full of tips to help you succeed. And now, if you are a teacher with Zebra English and you have not yet joined the Zebra English Teacher Q&A group, you're missing out. I would love to have you join us there. I've linked it in the description. And in this group, we have lesson outlines, we have collaborative feedback templates, we have printable resources, we have all kinds of things. And most importantly, we just have an awesome community of teachers who genuinely care about supporting each other. So if you're not part of that group yet and you've officially signed your contract and become a Zebra English teacher, I would love to see you there. So let's talk about controlling your schedule with Zebra English. Now, if you have not already watched this video all about kind of the basics of how bookings work with Zebra English, I would personally love to recommend that you watch that video at some point just so that you can kind of understand how their algorithm works and how we actually get booked for classes. Now, what you likely already know if you've signed your contract is that Zebra English really values consistency for their teachers and for their students. The ideal is that each student will get paired up with a teacher and will stay with that exact same teacher at the same time every week, like forever. It's consistent. And so at the beginning, I 100% recommend opening your slots well in advance. When you go to open slots, you'll see that there's the option to open them for 1 week, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, or 12 weeks. And my recommendation, if you are just starting out and you don't have any bookings yet, is to go ahead and open them those 12 weeks, if you know that you can. Now, the big thing here is exactly that. If you are unable to teach a class, you must close the slot before it gets booked, okay? Because if you have that slot open, and someone chooses that as their regular time slot, it will automatically fill all of those slots that you have open in the future. So as a new teacher, this is awesome because it's a great way to build up a consistent base of students, but their cancellation policy is rather strict. So if you're a new teacher and you're going ahead and opening slots 12 weeks in advance, which is awesome, make sure that if you know that there's going to be a conflict in your schedule, close those slots now. Close them before they are booked because Zebra English's cancellation policy is rather strict. You only get 6 cancellations per contract unless they are soft cancellations which require documentation. So that's the big reason why I'm advising you to not open your slots far in advance. Now, this is for teachers who already have regular students. You may not have all of the regular students that you want to have, but you at least have a pretty secure base of regular students. Maybe you've got like 3/4 of the students that you want to have. My advice to you is to not open your slots too far in advance for exactly this reason, to avoid scheduling conflicts. Once you have your regular students, they will automatically fill slots as you open them. So my advice, once you have those regular students, is to open slots 2 weeks in advance so that you have a better idea of what your schedule will look like and so that there's a much lower chance that you'll need to cancel for any reason. Now, I know many teachers who actually have their schedules open for months now. It's currently May. Some teachers have their schedules open to August or even October, and that's great for them. It really does help in the algorithm if Zebra English knows that you are prepared to be available consistently. But there is always that risk of having to cancel, and you really don't want to put yourself in that position with Zebra English. So if you do open slots out until August or out until October, like other teachers are, just know that if you get a regular student in that time slot, they will fill all of those times. There's not really a limit. They will just automatically get filled. Whereas if you have your regular students and then you open slots 2 weeks in advance, they'll automatically fill those slots as you go. So for me, I already kind of did my time, I guess, building up my regulars. Sure, I would love to gain another 1 or 2 regulars, but that's really all I have left that's open. And so for me, I typically, every Saturday night, I'll go and open slots that are 2 weeks in advance, just to make sure that I have a more clear idea of what my schedule will be like. I'm not opening things out way into summer holidays because I don't know, I'm gonna wanna go camping and I don't know exactly what weekends. But for now, I just open things 2 weeks in advance so that they can automatically get filled with my regular students. So Zebra English is unlike some other companies where parents or whoever it may be have to manually book your slots. Once they have chosen that as their regular slots, it just gets filled whenever you open it. So that's why you want to be really careful about opening your slots well in advance. So to summarize, if you are a new teacher and you're trying to build up regulars, my advice is to open slots 12 weeks in advance if you can. If you cannot, please close the ones that you know that you cannot teach. And now, if you already have your regulars and you're in a situation more like me, where you've already spent that time building up a base of regular students and you don't really need to prove to the algorithm anymore that you're available consistently to take trials, that's when I would say stop opening your slots well in advance, because it just makes the risk of having to cancel way, way higher. So if you're in a position like me, my advice is just to open slots 2 weeks in advance so that your students can still book them, but so that you're not tying yourself down for weeks on weeks on weeks and running the risk of canceling. So those are my tips for really maximizing your schedule with Zebra English and maintaining control, trying to avoid cancellations and those kinds of things. I hope that you find it helpful, and I do have more videos all about Zebra English bookings and things like that on my channel, so I would love for you to check those out as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you found it helpful, please feel free to like and subscribe so that you can stay up to date for even more tips to succeed as an online ESL teacher.